gentlemen, your game day officials for this afternoon's football game, your Tyler Craig benches. Your field judge, number 49, Mark Schmidt. Line judge, number 28, Brett Arnoldson. Now judge, number 50, back judge, number 23, Fraser Bukowski. Side judge, number 97, Matt Caron. Umpire, number 34, Cam McGee. And your referee,
moving,
28, Stephen Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would ask you, please rise. If you're able, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Yep, we're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second game today for the 2025 Canada Cup, the U18 division. Today we've got Team Quebec in the powder blue jerseys, navy blue and white, against Team Alberta in the white jerseys with blue pants. And this is going to be a hell of a matchup here today, Che, eh? Two powerhouses when you think of Canadian football.
Yeah, these are two great squads here. Alberta and Quebec both had dominating victories in that first round of the Canada Cup. These are two explosive offenses. They got a lot of big bodies up front on both sides of the ball. I think we're either going to be seeing a defensive matchup or we're going to be seeing a lot of offensive explosion.
And that kick will sail out of bounds. And that'll be a penalty there, as Alberta will start with the ball first. Quebec kicked. And this will be the first time you see the Alberta team's offense here.
Penalty is Quebec on the kicking team. Ball spot on the 40-yard line. 1st and 10.
And looks like the starting quarterback for Team Alberta, number 12, Harrison Heineman out of Calgary. Heineman will hand this ball off to his running back, number 24, who bounces outside to the left. He keeps going. Stiff arm, and he's wrapped down, and we got two flags on the play. One in the backfield, one on the tackle.
So I think we're going to see maybe offsetting penalties here. I think we got a hold in the backfield there, and then we had a face mask on the tackle.
So see on the replay here. That's the running back, number 24, Joel Thorpe.
See at the end here, just gets caught up around the face mask area on the bringing him down.
See the official calls, but I agree. I think those might be offsetting. We got face mask on Quebec, holding on Alberta.
Should be a 5-yard gain for Alberta.
Yep. And move the ball to the 45-yard line. And we first and 5 for Team Alberta.
Got some big boys up front here for Quebec. You're seeing number 90 on the right of your screen there.
Yeah, number 90. I don't have a 90 on my game sheet here. My apologies.
I think he had a different number before. Maybe it's Lassard here.
Could be Lassard. Yeah, that's a big fella, 96. Seems to fit the height weight category there, but here we go, Alberta. And they'll hand this off to their running back again. Tries to bounce right. He is swallowed up and tackled hard by number 21 for Quebec, Lucas Garrick-Leon out of Laval. Joel Thorpe with the carry. And a good stop there for Quebec. Move them back some, or get right back to the line.
A little bit of a mishap on the mesh there. Slows up the running back. Also great pursuit there by the Quebec defense. Just got to wrap that up, tackle him down.
And here we go, our first second down of the day. Heineman. And finds his receiver number 3, who is tackled short of the marker, only a gain of about 4. Alberta will be forced to kick. That was to Zachary Arlane, the receiver.
Third down.
And so not a bad start for Quebec's defense, forcing the punt.
Yeah, a little bit of good offense, good defense on that first drive. I mean, Quebec's definitely going to be happy with the outcome of that one there. See if they can get a good punt return off. If I remember correctly, that first game, this punt returner is definitely a dude.
So Alberta punts this away. That's number 15, Matthias Pisa. Number 2 for Quebec will return, and he is going to be swallowed up by a group of Albertans out of bounds. That's Yaha Ndeye. My apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
And number 95, Karen Harris.
So Quebec's offense will be led by Zachary Martineau, 6'3", 185 out of Laval. So Team Quebec, our first look at them today. Martineau with the handoff and picks up only a few potentially there.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a read option. I think if you were here from the last game, we talked about the read option with the slip motion from the receiver. It kind of gives the quarterback a couple of options if he wants to hand it off or take it himself or even give a little pass there to number 9. Looks like 9 was blocking in that case, so it's definitely a true read option. And they got him.
Yep, that'll be encroachment. Number 40 was caught there, Logan Hurlbert, 6'4", 220 D lineman.
Yeah, discipline's going to be a big key of emphasis for both teams. I mean, if you were here in the last game, it was a big point of emphasis in the last one. I mean, I think both teams ended up with over 100 yards and penalties, and at the end of that game, BC kind of took a late one, which really put them out of contention for the win.
Yeah, no, the penalties are huge here, and especially when you got two teams like these where points could come aplenty. You also have good defenses. So the last thing you want is to put your team behind the 8 ball with the flags. And this is going to be a handoff to the player who had just checked in for Quebec. It's 19, Giannis Kodjo from Quebec City.
Kodjo, the ball carrier.
Couple players on the Quebec roster that I do recognize. I did the U16 tournament last year. Chris Bombo, number 28. I remember him picking up about 3 punts and kicking them away that sailed over his head, and he had like 2 touchdowns in the final game against Ontario. Yeah. He said he's a younger guy, so I don't know how much we're going to see, but definitely a factor. Another handoff. Quebec will continue to rush it on the ground, and they get a good shove. O-lineman helping as well.
Yeah, I like a lot of what they're doing there in the backfield. Quebec's got a lot of moving parts. And, I mean, you got to be disciplined when you're doing all that. And so far they have been. I mean, we're still early, but those meshes cause a lot of confusion for defenses.
Yeah, Giannis Kadjo back-to-back runs for Quebec. So let's see here. Zachary Martineau. He will draw back, and he's going to take a shot deep onto his right side. He's got a man open, and he just oversails it to William Henry Gill. And right idea just out of the hands, and Quebec will be forced to punt.
Yeah, the safety did a good job of spinning over the top there, okay, kind of keying in on that streak down the side, but it's a great ball there. He leaves a lot of air under it and allows the receiver to run to it. It's just out of reach there. He did get a hand on it. I won't be surprised if we see one of those connect at some point here today.
Good arm strength shown there by Martineau. Martineau 6'3", 185. And we'll see a punt for the first time. And it is a low drive, and it is returned by 11 for Alberta, who's got space up the middle. Takes a good shot, though, from number 18, Liam McCarthy. Sander Odenyo, the receiver, on the return. The kick was from number 81, Noah Monfette, who is the special teams player. He's both punter and kicker for Quebec. So both teams kind of feeling each other out here on the first drives of the game. But Alberta has pretty good field position at their 51. Alberta's going to line up with 3 wide right, looks like man defense. And he's going to take a shot to his man, number 11, who just had the return, and he just sailed it over his head.
Good route there by number 11. You know, he cuts it quick right off. I think he took an outside release there on the DB. Ball was well thrown, just a little bit too much sauce on that one.
Lucas Goric-Leon in the backfield. Pardon me, I believe that was actually Olivier Beaulieu, 22. Either way, it is now 2nd and 10 for Alberta. I got men driving on the inside on some drag routes. It is complete, but it is tackled immediately. Looking for Odanyo, nowhere to go. Tackle by 32, Alex Laflamme.
Third down.
Quick 2 and out for Alberta.
Yeah, these are two good teams here, right? I think you'll expect a lot of defensive stops here in this one, but we're also going to see some offense at some point for sure. I mean, probably some big explosive plays. Both teams are going to be trying to dink and dime their way down the field when they can through the run and through the pass. But definitely expect to see some explosive plays here.
Both quarterbacks show that they do have an arm and they're not afraid to go deep. As we shall see punt here. And that sails high in the air, and it'll be interesting. They do get a decent bounce, another one. And now returned by Quebec. There's a flag down as he picks it up. He's got space to the right side, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and finally shoved out of bounds.
By number 2, Yaya
Ndaye.
It'll be interesting to see what this flag is. I'm wondering if it's no halo call here. If not, it's probably going to be a holding.
And that ball took a few bounces off the punt, went back about 15 yards.
No flag.
So no flag necessary.
No flag on the play.
Quebec will start their drive at their 51, just as Alberta did on their own.
1st and 10 from the 46.
Martineau. And handoff to number 5, and kind of tripped up and didn't get much. Is 25 in Alberta. Colton Jackson McConnell, the linebacker, with the tackle. Quebec is going to kind of hurry up at the line there.
Yeah, they got a fast-moving offense here. I like what they're doing. You know, it's showing that there's a great understanding of what they're trying to accomplish out here. Guys are all on the same page, and when you don't got to spend too much time deliberating in the huddle.
Audible by Martineau looking at his sideline. He now has a chance to throw, drops back. Unleashes one up the middle. It is incomplete. And once again, Martineau has a man deep, just misses him. Intended for Eamon Bosver.
Yeah. This Quebec offense is taking shots early and often, and I mean, you love to see it in this style of play. They got confidence in their quarterback and receiving core, obviously. And, I mean, I won't be surprised if we see one of these connect here soon.
So another punt coming up, but you're right. We're seeing explosive plays, and it's keeping Alberta's defense on as they're stopping the run. But then there's nobody over the top. Quebec proving that they could hit somebody. Excellent punt. And that is going to bounce at the 5, and it will be returned, picked up by number 2, and he's tackled down.
Punt return by number 2, Aaron.
That was Aaron Obo, who's a running back at Calgary. And the punt, given an excellent one there, Noah Monfett out of Victoriaville.
Ball spot on the 11,
excellent punt there to drive Alberta back.
Alberta.
Nice spiral on that kick there. I mean, he completely flipped the field. I think they were around the 40, 50-yard line in their own end, punted it down, and now Alberta's got to start deep in their end, around the 5, 10, or 10-yard line. Got some big boys there from Alberta, number 77 there.
Blood timeout.
I saw him around campus, and I'll tell you, he's not a small guy.
His name is Malik Drouin. He's 6'6", 280 out of Calgary. Reminder, this is an under-18 tournament.
And that's the thing, especially with these guys. I mean, the frame is what these scouts are looking at here. He's sitting at 6'6", 280. I mean, by the time he's a third, fourth year veteran on a university program, he'll probably max out at 300, 315. He'll put on some strength while gaining speed, that is. And I'm sure he's a name that we'll be seeing in U Sports going forward.
He is their right tackle. On the right is Alberta. They've got a ways to go if they want to make something out of this. The Quebec crowd making some noise. And that is a handoff to Crew, and he's got space up the gut there to the left. Beautiful, beautiful run. Pickup of 20 plus there. Aaron Obo.
Down the play, number 22, Olivier Belliot.
Yeah, both of these teams got really good line play.
Good for an
The crop of
Alberta
players that
touchdown.
they're picking for selection really makes a difference here. I mean, you're getting the cream of the crop here for sure.
So here we go. It's a fresh set of downs. It'll be screen out. It is incomplete. That's a fumble. That's a live ball. And he falls on it at the 5, and just like that, you're up at the 25, and now you lost 20.
Recovered by number 2, Aaron Obo.
Looking for Obo was, Eli Korenik, who is a different quarterback than we saw the first 2 drives. We were seeing Hyman. Now it's number 8, Korenik, 6'2", 190, out of Sturgeon County.
Loss of 15 yards, second down.
So interesting decision from Alberta, not wanting to make a critical mistake, but also wanting to potentially get out of your own zone. We shall see. It'll be a dump off to Obo.
He's got blockers.
He cuts to the right, still on his feet, chugging along. He'll finally be taken down to 15, gain about 9 or 10. Leafs gives Alberta a little bit of breathing room for the kick as they'll punt this one away once again.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they're confident in their punting game right now, because we might see them opt out and take 2 points. This part of the Canadian game, especially with that short down format, you might see the punter back up, take the knee in the end zone, concede 2, and flip the field position here. But if he's got a leg, they'll leave him out.
So Pisa, let's see the decision here. Yep, they're going to take a knee. I mean, and There you go. So they take that, and Quebec gets their first point of the game. First 2 points, pardon me, of the game as a safety, and it's 2-0 on the board for Quebec.
It's definitely the right decision there, you know. I mean, we've seen this Quebec offense try to take shots early and often. If you're not getting a 40 or 50-yard punt there, you're really they're starting in their own zone. So, I mean, if you're confident in your defense and you're confident in your team in general, you're going to concede that 2 points and flip the field. But this Quebec team's got to be feeling pretty good right now with the start of this game.
35-yard line, 1st and 10, Quebec.
And on this first down play, it's a toss out to the right. And the quick throw and catch. Number 5 for Quebec, Sebastien Mari. And good chunk play by Quebec. That moves the chains quickly.
Force out of bounds, number 27, Nima Romani.
A little bit of a sideline look here. He scampers out of bounds there.
It's the second game of our 4-way header, but for this, as we got a run, though, to the left.
Ball handed off, number 19.
Kajo once again.
Brought down by number 42, Madden Moret.
So let's see here. With 6 yards to go here on this second down. Over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter of play.
Looking at quads, look, I'd say we're either getting a screen here. Screen or maybe a shot play.
And that pass is complete. Ooh. And a tough hit, but he is able to maintain. Tough hit, but a first down for Mari, hit by Cole McInnes.
Good for first down yardage. Ball spotted on Alberta's 54-yard line. 1st and 10, Quebec.
Quebec's O-line, big unit as well. I'm looking at the roster here, 260, 300, 270, 265. Plenty of size and strength there. And they're going to need that today against that big Alberta D-line. And the snap is fumbled. It'll be picked up, though, by Mari. And tackled, and he gets something there, about 7 or 8 yards.
Fumble on the snap, recovered by number 5, Sebastien Mari, brought down by number 2.
You know, all the coaches were holding their breath there for a second when that ball's on the ground. You never want to see that. But the running back, or I guess receiver in this case, does a good job of just using his instincts, picking that up, and finding whatever he can. And in this case, it's a great game.
And Quebec defeated BC 52-14 in their last game. We saw BC, they're a pretty impressive unit. That's how strong this Quebec team can be. And they hand it off. That's 5, Mari, who is wrapped up, and that looks to be enough for the first down in Quebec. Opening up that run game. And with that, you got to think at some point maybe they're going to take another deep shot with Martineau.
Good for first down yardage.
Yeah, I'd say both of these teams are going to lean on their offensive line in this matchup. I mean, there's a lot of big bodies up front on both sides of the ball from both teams. So these are premier squads in this tournament.
Martineau was 5 of 12 for 61 yards and a touchdown last game. Didn't have to throw it a lot. They did lean on that run game heavy as Mari gets it again. And another good chunk play there for 7. They're just picking up 7, 8 yards every time, it seems.
Play number 7,
Mari had 10 carries, buck 37, 2 touchdowns. At an 80-yarder.
First quarter of play, your score, Team Quebec.
And after one quarter play, Quebec 2, Alberta 0. As the teams will flip sides. Quebec marching, though, down the field looking to add on.
Football Nova Scotia would like to thank the following corporate sponsors.
And I just want to thank our sponsors here for this great tournament. We got the province of Nova Scotia, St. FX University, town of Antigonish, One Team Sports, the municipality of the county of Antigonish, and 101.5 The Hawk We want to thank each and every one of our sponsors and suppliers for helping make this tournament possible. And Che, as we're marching into the second quarter, sun shining again. And Quebec, they're marching with that run, and it's going to be huge for Alberta if they want to keep pace.
Yeah, they've done a great job up front. I mean, like, Quebec has done a great job of making it look easy, but believe me, those big Albertan defensive lines are no joke. So it just is a testament to this run game that Quebec has going. A lot of misdirection, a lot of different mesh. They're getting the ball in their playmakers' hands however they can right now, and they're doing a good job at it.
Martineau with Bombo in the backfield. Bombo will get his first carry of the game, and he's explosive up the gut. Picks up another chunk of yards. And just looking at the stat sheet from Quebec in their game against BC 3 nights ago, 13.5-yard average for Mari, 11 for Kajo, 9.5 for Felix Paquette, and 10 from the quarterback, Martineau. So this running game is no joke from Quebec as they line up in the sneak formation. Martineau, and that should be more than enough for the first down. First quarter stats, 2-0 Quebec. Kind of low scoring there is, excuse me, total offense, 56-6 for Quebec. Punting has been very solid, time possession about the same. A little early to tell, but Alberta's already gone with 2 quarterbacks early, so we shall see if that continues or if they stick with one.
You got to think that this Quebec O-line is slowing down this defense for sure.
As Bombo on the carry, cuts inside, and he's in for the touchdown. We do have a flag in the backfield, but now Chris Bombo.
There's a flag on the play.
Very impressive runner. Like I said, I remember him from last year. This kid is an athlete, let me tell you that.
I think we're going to see a holding here from the offensive line.
Yeah, Alberta was pointing backwards really quickly. We shall wait for the official call here from the Stripes. Holding, indeed. So go back. That touchdown is off the boards. We'll see the replay, though. Watch Bombo. Follows his blocker. 9 gives him a good one. There you go. You're in. Quebec also, that O-line, creating more than enough space for Bombo there. So replay first down, 20 to go. And on the first down, roll right. Martineau finds his man wide open. That's Boisvert, or Boisvert. And that is going to be about 2 yards short of the marker. It'll be 2nd and 2. For 2nd and 5, pardon me. They back him up a few more.
Yeah, it's a good throw there, good pitch and catch. You can see a nice little sprint out route from there. RB's going to cap the front side, give the quarterback a little bit of breathing room to digest what he's seeing in front of him. And he's able to roll out to the right and deliver a strike.
Martineau gives it to Bombo, and he's wrapped up at the line. Great pressure there. 42 from Alberta, Madden Morin.
Down by number 42, Madden Morin.
I believe his teammate with the green helmet, 44, Cohen Boucher. They go to the same school, St. Joseph's Celtics.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, number 44 did a good job on that offensive line. And just drove him right into the backfield, made that RB have to cut back, and 42 was able to clean it up
Penalty is
there.
against Quebec, illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure by Quebec, so now Alberta, we'll see if they take the penalty, move them back again, or decline. They will decline.
That penalty has been declined.
So now it's third down.
Decision time for Quebec. Do you go for it or kick?
I think you got to take 3.
I agree. It's early in the ball game.
Yeah.
Go up 5. And their, excuse me, their punter kicker, Noah Monfette, he had 2 punts earlier in the game for 96 total yards. So he definitely has the leg to boot this one. Field goal kicking is different, though. And the holder will be Boisvert. And Monfette, snap down, hold, and it is right down the middle and good. 5-0 Quebec. 9:06 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, I think Quebec has done a really good job at maintaining ball possession here. Anytime that, sorry, a gust of wind here, just moved some papers around, got a little sidetracked there. I thought I was going to get a paper cut. But, yeah, Quebec has done a really good job at maintaining ball possession, and that's really given the advantage to them in this first half. I think Alberta's going to try to come out here. You know, they want to lean on their run. They got big boys up front and good running back, but at some point you do got to test this DB core from the Quebec defense.
As we'll see another handoff, and he will bust to the left and gain tackle there. Obo, who we've had a few touches here today. That'll be his probably about his third or fourth carry on the day.
Player to watch here, Sebastian Murray, number 5 RB, 5'11", 175 out of Notre Dame. Last game he had 10 rushes for 135 yards. I mean, hell of a game for him.
And we've seen him early as well in that last drive for Quebec. He was definitely involved. This whole running back group for Quebec, extremely impressive as the keeper, and is batted down at the line. Thomas Delage deflects the pass intended for Ben McCauley, number 80. And Quebec's defense stout again. Alberta must punt once again.
This Quebec team looks strong right now. And it's not that the Alberta is in a mismatch situation here. I mean, they had a strong game to begin with. I think they played BC, was it, in the first one?
The first one, Quebec and BC played. So they played Manitoba. I don't have the score here for that one on the sheet, but I do know that Alberta won.
Yeah, a bit of a blowout in that game, I believe.
Oh, yeah, it was 50, like 1-0 or something.
Oh, there's a good kick from the punter. Needed that one.
And good return as well there by 7. A tough catch over top, as he will have more space to run on the right side. We got a couple flags, though, and I believe Quebec is going to be whistled back. But we have another one as well in the middle, so 3 flags on the play. Let's take a second to see where this goes. The original flags were against Quebec, I believe, in a block on the back.
Yeah, you might see it here on the right side of your screen. He kind of falls there at the end. A little bit of a high tackle there by 44. That might have been what the late flag was.
Gill on the return.
Yeah, it looks like they're going way back right now. Looking like a horse collar and then maybe a block in the back or a clip.
Let's see.
If you're Alberta now, you got to think we need to stop here. You're getting them in great field position. You got to capitalize on this. This game's moving a little bit quicker than the last one. We're already here in the second quarter, 7 minutes left.
Yeah, a lot of running, a lot of clock going, not a ton of incompletions. But here we go. Martineau leads Quebec out for their next drive, up 5-zip. And that's a fake handoff, pitch outside to Mari. And Mari still cuts inside, up to the middle. And he's going to have even more room, and he could go. He's at the 50, 45, 40. Mari, only a couple guys to beat, and he finally goes out of bounds, forced out by, Mad Morin. But how about that run? We had him as the player to watch there on the last possession, and Mari continuing to put up yards here for Quebec.
Yeah, you know, you love a deep ball from a quarterback, but honestly, in my opinion, the best kind of passing plays is when you're just getting your playmakers in space and allowing them to do what they do. And Mari does what he does here, fakes out the cameraman, makes a couple guys miss, takes a little west attack here, cuts up field, and he finds open space. Just like that, Quebec is in scoring range again.
Yeah, this rushing attack is no joke from Quebec, and why not change it? Or the short pass run connects. There's 19 here for Quebec. Kajo.
I'll tell you, there's weapons all over this Quebec offense right now. We haven't really been able to see too much of that Alberta offense to start. They got a great defense for sure, but this Quebec offense is rolling right now.
Yeah, it's much of a pick your poison when you have those running backs. And you also have receivers that we haven't really seen. We've seen deep shots thrown to them, but they definitely have the speed.
You know, I think they've realized that they don't really need it right now.
Yeah.
If you can keep that ground and pound going, I'll tell you, offensive coordinators love to run the rock.
And Mari will get it. And he is going to break a tackle inside the 5. And it'll be goal to go for Quebec. They are continuing to roll. And as Quebec will have a goal to go situation at the 3, and they're going to bring out the power formation.
Second down.
Go here. And so they're going out with the power formation here. 14, Elliot Lavec, the backup, is in. He's got a bit more size to him. And he will stretch out, and I believe he broke the plane. And he is in. Touchdown, Quebec.
Number 14,
Those big guys up front moving the pile for sure.
Yeah, no, it's when Levesque got in the game there, it's pretty obvious they were going for the sneak. That's what a lot of these teams do down low. But, I mean, Quebec's size there on the offensive line, that's no joke, and they pushed Alberta right back.
Yeah, the other thing that I really like about Quebec's O-line is it's not just big guys up front. You know, they have really good athletes, like especially for that kind of build that you look for from an offensive line. A lot of the guys are like 6'1", 6'2", not crazy tall, but they're all like between the size of 270 to 300 pounds. They got good feet. They can move. You know, a lot of their run plays have been outside zone. Okay, a lot of misdirection stuff. They're doing a really good job at allowing these big boys to get it done.
That point after was good. It's 12-0 Quebec with 5:52 to go. So if you're Alberta, they really haven't been able to stymie anything on offense. Continuous drives. That is the #1 goal right now.
Yeah, they got to get something going for sure. And, I mean, they've been leaning on the run game. I think they got to look to the pass a little bit here, kind of a little mix-up, because that first down run play hasn't really been connecting for them. It'll be interesting to see what they do when they come out here. Obviously, getting a good return here would be huge for them. But this Quebec special teams unit and Quebec defense in general is hawking down ball carriers right now.
Monfett will punt. We'll see if he has another impressive kick to bury Alberta deep. This one's more of a line drive down the middle, but it's still good if it gets a bounce. And Alberta will return, number 3. Right up the middle, and he's got space to the left. Almost had room, but he's wrapped up. Zachary Arlane.
That's what we're talking about here. You see that Quebec defense, like, yeah, he might miss. The Alberta returner might make one guy miss, but there's 3 or 4 attacking that special teams unit.
Yeah, good positioning, good surrounding the area there. Yeah, as you say, just gang tackling in there.
It's tough because you can't teach that kind of stuff. Like, obviously you preach it, but really you got to have a willingness from your players to go down there and want to make plays. And it seems like this Quebec unit is really trying to make plays right now.
Here we go. So this is Harrison Hyndman. He's checked back in for Alberta. They go back to the original starter. And on the handoff, that is not going to go anywhere, really. Thorpe. As we'll say, Noah Monfett, as we were just saying. He has been exceptional for Quebec.
6'4", 195. Big kid.
Out of Victoriaville. He's got a field goal, some kickoffs. He's got a leg on him. Definitely a kid to keep an eye on as he gets older playing university ball.
Got an injured player on the field here. And while we got a minute, if you are a French-speaking individual, we do have a French broadcast for this game. The nice gentlemen are sitting here beside us, so if you're looking for that French broadcast, you'd rather that, definitely hop over there. But if you're enjoying Jay in Denver, stay right where you are.
Yeah. Thank you all the people watching and supporting this as well. These two teams came a long distance here to Nova Scotia, and they want to perform, play well, win for some provincial pride.
Been a beautiful day here in Antigonish. Kind of a little bit wishy-washy. Clouds were over, but a little bit of wind right now. Guys aren't too hot. Nice sunny day.
Hugo Demore was the player down for Quebec. Big second down here for Alberta. You got to think they got to get a first here. And he's going to take a shot. He's got a man deep. It is caught down the sideline. And he is going to go touchdown, Alberta. Xander O'Donio. And right what the doctor ordered for Alberta there.
That is a great play there. Great play designed by the Alberta defense. I think they had one low receiver try to hold down that corner or half, whoever it was. And when they see that corner / half come down, they're going to take the shot over to their big receiver there. Xander O'Donio, I don't know. They're saying 5'7". I don't think that guy is 5'7", and I think we got a little bit of a mix-up there, but that is a big-time receiver, and he looks to be a weapon.
Yeah, great throw, too, there by Harrison Hyman. He was the original starter, came out, and they put him back in, and it was a good decision there. Alberta right back in this game. They needed that pretty badly. And the point after, he drills it down the middle. Almost hits the guy in the tent behind the net.
In the first half, Quebec 12, Alberta 7.
12-7, there you go.
Well, you had to respond if you're Alberta there. I mean, you've had a couple drives stall fairly quickly. Quebec has done a good job at maintaining ball possession in this first half. I mean, you hit it with a run to start the drive, gain a couple yards, and then you go and take a shot over the top on the left side of the field. I mean, he's able to catch that in stride. That's a great ball there from the quarterback. And when you're getting it to your big-time athletes, they're going to be able to outrun people.
It'll be very interesting to see how Quebec goes back out. They have been running the ball exceptionally well. That has absolutely got to be the game plan for here for Alberta, is just stop their machine as best you can. But that drive there, at least that throw, that makes you think, okay, we can put up points on these guys.
Yeah, it's really just about execution. I don't know if they were ever necessarily worried that they couldn't do it, but the execution wasn't there in the first chunk of the game. When you're playing, I mean, these are two great teams, man. You got to take your shots, take your opportunities when they come to you.
So Pisa will boot this way, a good kick.
Wow, he might sneak away with a rouge here.
Oh, wow, what a play by Pisa. Sneaks away a point.
That's a big-time point at this point in this game. Like, it doesn't really affect the scoreboard in the sense of, like, you still need a touchdown to kind of get that lead there. But, yeah, I mean, it's just about the momentum at that point.
Yeah, still early in the game. Every point matters.
Love to see the kicker getting fired up about a point.
Both of them have been outstanding, really, Monfette and Pisa. Special teams playing a factor.
If I'm Quebec here, I'm probably coming right back out with that run attack.
Yeah.
Just ground and pound. Use this clock up as much as possible.
Yeah. As it is 12-8, just ticked under 5 minutes remaining. Martineau, this is play action. He doesn't really have anybody open, and there's a flag in the backfield as he scrambles and tosses that out of bounds after taking a lick from Cole McInnes.
Probably going to get Quebec on a hold here.
Great coverage by Alberta there. They were going play action. I looked at those receivers. Every single one was covered. There was nowhere to go there for Zachary Martineau.
Yep. That Quebec O-line's doing their little shuffle backwards right now. I think they realize it's a hold. Yeah.
Penalty is against Quebec. Holding, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
And back them up 10. Repeat the down. It'll be 1st and 20. And the ball is about the 26-yard line of Team Quebec.
Quebec coming out in a 5-hour look. Got quads, look to the right side, probably see some motion, yeah. Motion all over the place.
Motion
42.
left, but Bombo fumbles the ball! And Quebec luckily recovers there. He got swallowed up near the line of scrimmage, and I saw the ball pop out.
It's number 42 again, making a big play.
So seeing the replay here, yep, he went right in the backfield. Wow, excellent play, man. And then he almost recovered it if that guy didn't get there. 42, Madden Moran, called his name a couple times. Those two on the line in the green helmets, they are teammates, and they have both made plays. Keep an eye on them.
That's one of my favorite things about this tournament is all the different helmets, all the different schools getting to rep their stuff out here.
And that pass is caught. Excellent catch.
And they're going to get the late
and
hit on the quarterback.
And there was a flag in the background, or backfield, pardon me, roughing the passer on Alberta. And right when they got a 2-and-out and could have had the momentum, Quebec is going to move the chains.
Big-time catch there.
Yeah, this was impressive.
And it makes a difference, right? Yeah. It makes a difference because since he's making that catch, now they're going to do the penalty from the spot of the ball.
Yes.
So it's 10 yards forward, and now they get the 15 on top of that. So instead of the 15 yards being applied from where the ball was fumbled in the back, they're getting it from where the catch was.
And that was 7, William Henry Gill.
Looks like they got 6 O-linemen on the field. I bet we're seeing a run here.
Yeah, 3 wide left with 6 linemen. Bombo in the backfield. Oh, and they jumped. False start.
Flags on the plate.
That's tough. You hate to see it as an offensive lineman. Going to be hearing that one from Coach.
I believe that was 59. Elliot Peltier, 6'2", 274 O-lineman.
You saw it in his demeanor as soon as it happened.
Yeah. Yeah, the O-lineman, you're like, don't, you know. And now he's going to come off the field, as that was a 6. That was a 6 O-line man formation. Number 4 checks in Andy Kabbalah. He's actually listed as a DB, according to my roster. Could be going both ways, of course.
Yeah. A lot of these DBs, receivers, they're playing on both sides of the ball, especially with a 40-man roster.
So here we go. First down and some distance. It's a play action, and it'll go out. And good little effort to pick up maybe an extra yard by Hugo Baudry out of Montreal.
See it again. I mean, we've been seeing this play all day. A little RPO kind of look. You got the slipping wide receiver to the flat. Allow the quarterback to make the right decision. I mean, if the run's there, take the run. But if you can pass it out wide and allow your playmakers to try to make the guy miss, it's a good thing to do, too.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Trips left, low snap. There is a flag, though, on the field, as that is a first down completion to number 9, Baudry, but I believe this is going to come right back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold here, and we're hearing it from the Quebec, the Quebec OC and DC, as they're up here in the booth as well. Yeah, I don't know about this one, but
so see,
he keeps his feet moving.
That's a tough one. That's Xavier Palan. Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Penalty is against Quebec. Holding, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
I think it's just about hand placement at that point.
Yeah.
Like one of his arms was a little extended there, and it kind of makes it look like he's holding him up, but his feet were moving. He's trying to fight over the top. I wouldn't necessarily say if that was a holding, but that's why I'm in the booth and not officially.
Your 3-minute warning.
3-minute warning for this first half. It has felt like it's flown by for the most part. Quebec up 12-8, second and long. Martineau, quick throw, and nice catch, one-handed there by the big fella, 18, and he still is on his feet. Nope, he's taken down. Picked up about 10 or so, as that was Liam McCarthy. But Quebec will be forced to punt, and Alberta is going to have a chance with some time left in this first half to put some points on the board, maybe take the lead.
Correction 10, Ryder Franklin.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how. I mean, 2 minutes and 34 seconds is tons of time. As we get a player to watch here, William Henry Gill, number 7, 6'1", 192, out of Andre Grasset. Don't got any stats on him, but I mean, we've called his name a couple times, so he must be doing something right.
Yeah, he's had a couple catches there. I believe in the first quarter. No, he didn't have any receive in the first quarter, but I think he's got about 2 in this second. Good return. He's wrapped up there. He stretched the ball out there. That was number 2, Aaron Obo. 2:16 remaining. Alberta takes over at their own 48, or 47 potentially. That's 42.
Alberta will scrimmage first and 10.
Quebec coming out with a big defensive front here. They got big 98. So I wish we had a name on him. I think it's Lassard.
It's either Lassard or Peterson, I believe. Unless there's a 99 on the field, it's not him. We do apologize, folks. Because we want all these kids to get their shot.
Here.
They'll hand it off up the right, and he will get a decent chunk of yards anyhow. Good start to the drive.
24, Joel
Thorpe. Thorpe's had the ball a few times here. He's been a decent runner.
Yeah, we saw Lassard last, or if it is Lassard, I guess number 98. He was at the Canada Cup last year. Would have been an underager. I mean, he's not any smaller this year, I'll tell you that.
Big-time athlete out of St. Hubert. This down. Oh, and that one is dangerous. Looked like an easy pass to Xander O'Donio. Knocked away. The team of 16 and 8, I believe, got in there. We'll see the replay. That was 6 and 8. Lampron and Rodrigue. So here we go. Clock at 1:58. And we will see here. This is the 3rd down. Quebec will punt. Or sorry, pardon me, Alberta will punt.
See if they can get a good one off here.
Yeah, the punter's been excellent today. And this one is still a pretty good one to the right. Oh, dropped. And it is recovered. Oh, that's going to be tight. We'll see. Referee immediately blows Quebec. That was close. Number 7, Gill. Had it, dropped it, almost recovered, almost disaster. But Quebec, thankfully for them, gets the ball back.
On the 23-yard line, first and 10.
Yeah, they've done a good job at like kind of directional kicking here from Alberta. Hasn't been the crazy booms of kick, but they're making that returner work for it. And when you're having to go left and right and try to basically over the shoulder catch punts, it's not going to put you in a good position to get a good return there.
And here we go. Potentially the final drive of Quebec for this half. We'll hand that off. I believe that is Bombo.
Ball carrier number 28.
A short gain. Gain about 1.5 yards. See, player to watch. Oh, Lyman, Cooper, Troy, 66 for Alberta. Look at the size of that dude. 6'4", 315 out of Leduc.
Gain of 2 yards, second
The
8.
guy's not missing many meals.
No. The grocery bills are unbelievably high. He's eating that Alberta beef, that AAA Alberta beef, buddy.
They breed them different out there.
Here we go. Martineau finds his man, bopped him in the air, and was that? Oh, he was out of bounds. I thought he might have got a foot down. That was Cohen Boucher in the premises there. And a disappointing drive there for Quebec. They'll be forced to punt again. Their passing game hasn't been as sharp as, they didn't really connect on the deep balls late, but you're thinking, okay, there's going to be some plays, but not as much so far.
I mean, and they're up in this game right now. They don't really have to shy away from the run. I mean, I know that they were trying to get the ball moving through the air, try to gain some yards and put up some points before the half. But if you're not connecting on those, you're stopping the clock. And now we're going to see Alberta have another opportunity here with a minute left. Plenty of time, 2 timeouts in the pocket.
And this one will knuckle. We'll see the bounce. And that is going to be taken out of bounds safely. Ordenio. Called his name plenty of times. 106 remaining.
Ball spot on the 53-yard line.
This is
First and
big
10.
time drive here for Alberta. If they can get a touchdown before this half ends, take the lead going in, they are going to be feeling pretty good in that locker room, I'll tell you that. Here we go. Heineman. He rolls left. He's looking, got his man wide open, and down near the 40. That's Keaton Yip. First time we've called his name today.
Big time catch, able to turn it upfield to the right, try to gain some extra yards. He's got to get north instead of east and west, but I mean, he still is able to pick up some. That's a great throw on the run. Rolling out left as a right-handed quarterback, able to flip the hips around.
And now they will run left, and he is swallowed up. Good luck getting by that fella. Joel.
Big 98 there. I think he's my favorite player.
See another player to kind of keep an eye on, Emil Rodrigue. That height is not correct, but he is 165. That's all right, though. It's probably about 5'8"-ish, 5'10" if I had to guess. But he has been an excellent player at Trois Rivières. We've seen him in the backfield a few times.
I think we got a timeout here from Alberta after that one. They're going to decide what they want to do. I definitely like that. You got to be thinking they're trying to get some points here. Even if it's 3, it turns it down to a small lead for Quebec. Put up 3 here, it's a 12-11 game. I mean, at that point, it's Canadian football. Singles are possible.
Yeah. So we shall say, I just want to thank a quick announcement. Thank you to our sponsor, St. FX University, One Team Sports, Coach Atlantic, the province of Nova Scotia, town of Antigonish, the municipality of the county of Antigonish, and 101.5 The Hawk, everyone's favorite radio station. Thank you all for your support. As we do not have too much longer in this first half of play. 46 officially on the game clock. It'll be 2nd and 8, Alberta. Sun's back out, clouds have kind of gone away, but there's a little bit of wind. You can see by the flags to my left. Alberta defeated Manitoba 51-0.
There it is, Claude Peterson, number 98, 6'3",
Claude
300.
Peterson.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was a couple more over that 300 mark. That's a big dude.
And this throw is thrown over the top and out of his range, looking for 20, Tyler Clazy.
Pass with intended receiver number 20, Tyler Clazy, is incomplete. 3rd down.
Yeah, he took a shot on that throw there. I think that's why it ended up being a little bit sailed.
So good stand there, though, by Quebec, making sure that Alberta can't put more points.
Yo, they're saying that my mic is quiet on the broadcast.
But let's see here.
See what they decide to do here. 3rd, I guess they're going to go for a field goal. Obviously, they believe that their kicker's got the leg. This is a big-time field goal if they're able to hit it.
He does have the leg, so it's going to be interesting. They'll try to give him a little time to think.
It's a big play here if they can connect this field goal, bringing it down to a one-point game.
Yeah, no, and it will be interesting to see here. Matthias Pisa. All right. So this is a big time kick. ball is spotted at the Quebec 39.
Let's see if he's got it.
41 seconds left. Pisa to
This
cut
is
this
a
lead to
no-joke
1.
kick here.
Crowd's rocking. Pisa's kick. It is
Wow.
good. What a kick down the middle.
Field goal is good.
And Pisa has been absolutely outstanding in this first half for Alberta, and he's put up 4 points on his own.
Yeah, he's doing a great job today. I mean, he's got one hell of a leg.
And we got ourselves another entertaining game, folks. We had a great one before. Actually, Manitoba getting the big victory over BC. Some people say that was a bit of an upset. And now you got Quebec and Alberta, 2 powerhouses going at it, 1 point game.
Yeah, it's going to be, we got 4 games on today. So like we said, BC and Manitoba was the first one. I'd say this one's going to finish out as a good game as well. After this, it's Saskatchewan and Ontario. And then in the night game, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
East Coast. Little East Coast battle. We'll see there. Quebec came out. Just a quick run up the gut. Got a good chunk of yards
11 yards.
as he moved the chains, 11 to be exact. Quebec lines up. 4 to the right. We got motion left. And it will be a handoff up the gut. And then we'll get to midfield. 8 seconds remaining.
Timeout here, I'd say.
Quebec does have a final timeout remaining.
Well, that's the thing with the Canadian game, right? The clock has to hit 0. Oh, they're not going to call timeout.
That's unless
So this will be the last player. They're just going to let it.
unless the clock was wrong about the timeouts
They're
for
just going
Quebec.
to let it run out, I guess.
There you go.
Ball carrier once again brought down by number 44, Boucher. And that's the end of the first half.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Entertaining first half. Quebec 12, Alberta 11. I'm Denver Donnelly with Che Morales, and I can't wait to see you back in about 15-ish minutes for another entertaining second half of this 2025 Canada Cup here in Antigonish.
We're here with Wrigley Seville from Alberta, defensive end, and Wrigley, you got a big matchup against Quebec coming, and they got a very giant offensive line. What have you guys been planning to do to beat that big offensive line?
We're just going to come at them with aggression and use our speed to beat them with stunts and blitzes and stuff like that. So I think we got them.
Yeah, and as a defensive lineman, there's lots of moves that you can perform, but if there was a go-to move on your rush, what would it be?
Definitely a push-pull. I love using my push-pull.
And just a little question about the team as a whole. Is there anything the team has been saying about what they've been doing to prepare for Quebec?
Not really. Everybody's just really excited for this game, ready to get back for last year.
Yeah, and is there anybody you want to shout out back home in Alberta?
Just my parents and my family for always supporting me.
All right, and that should do it for this interview. We'll be back with more Canada Cup action in just a moment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2025 Canada Cup action here. We have got Quebec and Alberta going into the second half. Quebec with a 1-point lead, 12-11. A very entertaining first half of football. And as we see here, the second half stats, it was pretty, honestly, if you look at it, it was pretty lopsided for Quebec in general.
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty good showing from Quebec in regards to offense. They've done a good job at passing when they need to, running when they need to, maintaining ball possession. I think that they've done a really good job on defense as well. I just think that they've allowed a couple of the long balls they allowed one long ball from Alberta, which kind of put Alberta back in the game. And then the kicker for Alberta, he's done a good job at kicking the ball, whether it's punts. He got a rouge on one play from a kickoff, and then he had a big-time field goal right before the end of the half.
Yeah, 5 points just on his lonesome there, and it was, the tail, it really turned there. It was all Quebec, then Alberta got that long 78-yard touchdown, and ever since then, Alberta's just been chipping away, and you can tell they've had some momentum. We'll see if they can continue that going into this half. They will start first on defense as they punt this away to Team Quebec, who runs up. And he's going to get wrapped up. No, he's not. He's going to bounce to the left. He could have space, but Alberta is all there. About 5 of them on that tackle. Samuel Jaguer with the return for Quebec, number 11.
Title number 17, Denham Robert.
So here comes Quebec's offense, their first drive of this second half. Zachary Martineau was 8 of 11, 127.
First and 10.
And then the rushing, if you look at the statistically, Kojo's been good, Mari. They've really done a good job wrapping up Bombo. But I don't expect Quebec to lean away from the run too much. But they will come out passing first down. And it's a quick outlet throw to, pardon me, number 9, Beaudry.
Beaudry. No tackle on the play. Gain of 6 yards on the toss.
Second down and 4 on the way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what halftime adjustments Alberta has made for this Quebec run game. They were pretty dominant in the first half. Consistent, I guess, would be a better word.
And that pass is caught, and he's going to get the first down, a little chunk more, right back to Hugo Beaudry, back-to-back catches, and first down Quebec.
Good for first down yardage.
So Martineau, pretty efficient. First half, he continues. He's now at 10 of 13. Quebec's time of possession almost double Alberta's in that first half, yet only a 1-point lead. And this will be a handoff. And he's going to have a bit of room to go, and it looks like a first down run. And a first down for a first down. Kojo.
Yeah, this running game is relentless out of Quebec. I mean, I think they have a pretty good running game every year. They like to lean into it. We're not seeing anything like necessarily crazy. A lot of misdirection in the backfield, but it's a lot of dinking and diming. I won't be surprised if at some point we see a shot play here, but they show good discipline.
Another handoff off the gut, and good tackle by 44. Pick up of about 8 yards potentially. Boucher tackle. Kojo carry.
Gain of 8 yards on the run, second down, 2.
And Bombo checks in for Kojo. I expect him to get the rock as Quebec is moving.
Looks like they brought in an extra O lineman, I think. Maybe I just counted wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 there. I think you're right. Oh, that's a tight end, maybe.
Oh, he's a big tight end.
As we have Bombo up the gut. Picks up a few. That is enough for the first down. Quebec moves the chains again. Good drive to start this half.
Kieran Harris in on the tackle.
Good blocking by Quebec.
Quebec will scrimmage 1st and 10 from Alberta's 40-yard line.
A little player to watch here, Olivier Leonard, 6'4" O-lineman, 300 pounds out of Notre Dame de Foy. I mean, they got big guys all across that line, all going U Sports or higher.
And they fake it, and it'll be a run to the right, and plenty of room still.
Yeah, did a good job of getting north.
Good for first down yardage.
I'd say they'll go right back to the well on this next one. Pound that rock. When you're getting 6, 7, 8 yards on the run, can't see you shine away from it.
Another handoff, bounces off the hit there. Leaps over hurdles.
2 defenders.
And an unbelievable effort there by Giannis Kojo. We've been calling his name a lot this drive especially, and he has been impressive. Quebec continues to move. It'll be second and short. And an Alberta player is down on one knee. Wrigley Saville.
Over 2 defenders is crazy. I mean, and he's not a super tall guy. He's got some hops there.
No, it says he's 5'10" according to my listing here, as we have their half-time match statistics before we start. As you can see, 8 carries for 8 yards for Alberta. The big play they had, about 78 of the 107 was for Alberta, passing yards on a touchdown. Penalties for Quebec were also big. 8, 155. That is a big one. Okay, that time possession matters, but if you're taking too many penalties, that is going to sting you in the long run. That's why Alberta's right in this game.
Well, and that's what I was going to say, because, like, honestly, it's felt like Quebec has not, like, dominated, but definitely had the upper edge in this game. And for the score to be 12-11, you wonder why, and I'd say it's because of that stat right there. 130? 155 yards of penalties. That's a touchdown and then some. So,
yeah, on pace for 300 plus. That's not It's not usually the way to win, but Quebec keeping it clean on this drive. They'll shovel it out to the left, and he is wrapped up immediately. 40, Logan Hurlbert, followed up by Man Morin, who finished him off for the tackle for loss, big-time loss. And so on 3rd down, it looks like they're going to kick the field goal. And this is another kicker that could definitely make this. Monfette, he's been impressive. And Quebec would love for him to kick this, make it a 4-point game. Could be one of those games where the kickers and the other guys we're looking at as MVPs raw offense the way this is going. Still a ways to go, though. 7:35 ticking away on the clock. Snap down, Monfette, and that looks good to me. It is right down the middle. 3 points Quebec, 15-11. And so impressive drive for Quebec, but I feel like the way that drive is going, if you're Alberta, you're like, all right, I guess we'll just give up the 3. At least it wasn't 6 or 7.
Yeah, I definitely think you're happy. You're not. I guess happy isn't the right word, but you're content with that drive there if you're Alberta. Obviously, you don't want to give up points at all, but the way that they were moving that rock at the beginning of the drive, Team Quebec, the fact that they were able to stop them and hold them to 3 points there is definitely a plus.
All right. Alberta Start this drive. It is a handoff who is getting wrapped up immediately. 3 Quebec players in the backfield swallowing up Oboe. By the way, Eli Koronic is back in a quarterback for Alberta. Koronic was 1 of 2 for 9 yards in that first half. So after the loss of a few, it is 2nd and long for Alberta. And quick throw, that is incomplete, and I believe he was at the line of scrimmage a little above. But very reminiscent of the play earlier that they lost about 20 on, so unfortunately for Alberta, not the drive they wanted, but for Quebec, continuing to roll.
Yeah, Quebec's done a really good job on defense containing this offense. I mean, we saw the game before Alberta was able to absolutely dominate Manitoba, I believe, when they were playing there, or BC, whoever it was. A lot of good offense from them in that game. Their run game was at large in that one, and in this one, not so much. So it's a testament to this Quebec defense.
Punt, pretty good to the left. Knuckles takes a good bounce, and that will be returned. Here comes Quebec down the right side, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, gets some extra yardage there. That's Gill.
Push on the bounds by number 4, Nagongo.
2 1-0 clubs in this tournament, both looking to propel themselves to 2-0. Alberta won 51-0 over Manitoba. Quebec had a big win as well. Excuse me, over BC.
Yeah, both of these, whether they win or lose here, both of these teams will be able to compete for a medal in the next round, which is that would be a nice feeling.
Drop back, and he will be swallowed up. And looks like he lost a yard or 2. That'll be a sack.
Big play from that defensive front there. They got a mud linebacker down, sending 5. 1 drops. Enough confusion to get that O lineman on their toes.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down.
I don't believe I have an 89. That might be. Don't have an 89 on my list there from Alberta. As Martineau will drop back empty backfield. Steps up in the pocket. Scrambles, looking right. Can he beat his defender? He will not. Wrapped up. And Alberta, impressive, keeping Quebec at bay near their line of scrimmage. And that will be a quick punt.
Tackle play number 27, Nima Romani.
Yeah, well, that's a good stop from Alberta. I mean, they needed to see a good one here. Like, just give them an opportunity to put some points on the board. They need to get something rolling. They haven't been able to do too much on the offensive standpoint. Obviously, they had the shot play, but I can guarantee that the offensive coordinator over there isn't happy with their offensive output.
Big return here would do wonders. But that is another booming punt. Over his head.
It's another rouge.
And that's a rouge.
Wow.
And that is a big point there for Noah Monfette. Make it a point, 16-11 Quebec. Like I said, man, the special teams, like the kickers, punters today, they have been just outstanding for both sides.
Alberta will scrimmage 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. 4:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
So 1st down, this will be a handoff to the left. And there's a flag down. We'll see here. Tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Probably going to be a holding on that one.
Yes, it will. Alberta will be backed up.
Yeah, as soon as you go to the stretch plays, it really stresses the offensive line to use their feet. I mean, they got to keep moving and keep the hands inside the chest plate. Once those hands start to get extended, a little bit of jersey pulling happens. The officials are going to be quick on those flags.
10-yard penalty. That penalty has been declined.
And actually, Quebec is going to decline the penalty. Makes sense. It's 2nd and 10 instead of a 1st and 20. Figuring they can get them off the field that distance. Koronic. He'll pass. Looks for his man, and it is intercepted! Threw it up into coverage, and that is going to be taken return, and he's got space to the right, and he's finally tackled down at the 10 and a flag, and that could be a horse collar or face mask. And that on the pick was Emil Rodriguez, number 8. He was one of the players to watch. And a huge pick for Quebec.
Yeah, that's a big-time play, especially to be able to get that return that he did. I mean, sometimes these players, they show that they can actually play on both sides of the balls. He gets that pick and then turns upfield, makes a couple guys miss, follows his blockers. He was looking more like a receiver or running back on that one. Now they're going to be on the 1 because of the penalty. I mean, you got to think they're just going to go big up front and push that one in.
They are sending out the big formation.
Alberta, major foul.
They're coming out their tall, more physical quarterback, Elliot Levesque.
First and goal for Quebec.
It's a big-time play here at this point in this game.
1st and goal at the 1. He will sneak it to the right, and he's in. Touchdown Levesque, touchdown Quebec. And 22-11, and it's pending the PAT. Quebec sideline and their fans fired up. Alberta a little more quiet here, but these first 2 games been games of kind of back and forth. We'll see if Alberta can respond. But first we got to see Quebec go for their point after. Snap down, kick, almost blocked, but he got it off. And it's good. 23-11 Quebec, 12-point game, 3:57 remaining. And it was interesting, I will say, that Alberta putting in Koronic for the last 2 drives. They pulled him after 2 before. I don't know if I really want to sit there and blame just the quarterback. The whole offense has been kind of rough so far, but
yeah, well, I feel like you can't really blame a quarterback, especially just based on the play calling that we've seen. It's been a lot of run, and if it was a pass, it's been a lot of short stuff. Besides that one deep ball that we had, they haven't really tried to throw that rock around too much. Attack in the middle, maybe a little bit more. Just try to get those linebackers to come off the line of scrimmage in the box area. Allow the box to open up a little bit.
Punt is off and away. Another great one, and there it is again. And this fella, number 81 here, excuse me, Noam Monfett, he's just putting up points for Quebec. Had another one, 24-11.
Yeah, he's just hammering those down. I mean, the Albertan punt returner doesn't even have time to react. Get a hand on it. Line drive.
And the handoff, and that is a good run up the middle, exactly what Alberta needed, as he is tackled down just outside their 50, and Alberta has made the change. They've gone back to Harrison Hyman at QB number 12.
Tackle play number 21, Lucas Leon.
That's a big-time run there. You know, he's good block from the right tackle, right guard there. Allow that to hit right up the backside B gap.
Hyndman will hand it off again to the left, and he's wrapped up immediately behind the line.
This is the problem that I'm seeing with their offense right now, though, is that they're leaning heavy into the run, and I'm sure that they believe they have a strong run game, but I think they got to try to get a little bit more dynamic, especially against this like solid defense from Quebec. If you're just gonna spam the run, you're gonna get burned sometimes.
Second and long. Now you're in a throwing situation, no doubt. Hyndman, empty backfield, trips right. He throws trips left. He throws to the right. He's short of the marker by about 3 yards. Decision time, Alberta. That pass was caught by Odenyo.
I think you got to punt it here, especially the way that the Quebec offense has been rolling. Try to pin him deep.
Your kicker punter showing he has a leg. Who knows? Maybe he can get you a point too if he hammers it hard enough.
Or even just coffin corner and put you in a position for a safety.
Gill in the backfield for Quebec.
So Quebec waiting for the return. Pisa with the punt. It sails, though, to the left and bounce out of bounds. Quebec will start at their own 28. Wind kind of took that punt to the left there.
Ball spotted on the 28-yard line. First and 10, Quebec.
All right, so Quebec, the chance to really put this game out of reach if they can go down and score. Martineau. Pass, caught. They've been hitting those all day, really. Either run or a short little throw to the right. Beaudry with the catch.
They're doing a good job of that RPO kind of look. Slipping wide receiver. Number 95 there was completely fooled by the mesh.
So with Beaudry going to that right side. Martineau hitting him. Martineau been very efficient today for Team Quebec. There he goes, second and medium. Handoff up the gut. Presses forward. I believe he's going to have just enough to get a first down.
Get out of there. Tackle play number 44, Golden State.
A little bit of extracurriculars after that play. Guys are starting to get a little heated.
Yeah, those big linemen after too many bumping, too many pushes there, they're gonna get to chirping.
Yeah, well, it's a very interesting position that you put these players in. You know, you're asking them to physically dominate another person, so when there is a little bit extra, it's kind of hard for them to lay off sometimes.
Yeah, turn off that kind of switch so quickly. High snap, but it was corralled pretty handily by Quebec, and that is a good run to the right. Hurdles over, hit, but lands and holds on to the football there. Kajo, he has been very impressive for Quebec.
Yeah, well, he had one hurdle in the first game over two Alberta defenders, so he said, why not on this one? Kicks it out to the right side, gets one-on-one with the defender, and decides to leap him. The human highlight reel this game so far.
So this will be the final play of our third quarter as the clock starts ticking down to zeros. It's first down, Quebec, right about midfield. It's a handoff to Bombo. Still on his feet to the right. Good physical run. He actually never even got tackled to the ground. Bombo, a strong runner. As that will do it for the third quarter play.
And that's the end.
24-11 Quebec on Alberta. Does Alberta have more juice in the tank to make this a game, or is Quebec about to take over? We shall see.
Yeah, I think I definitely don't think that this game is over by any means, but it's definitely like a get the ball rolling right now type of situation for Alberta. I mean, Quebec's offense has been so strong. The running game has just been able to melt down the clock there. Every time they touch the ball right now, it seems like they're taking 3 or 4 minutes off the clock, and I'm sure that that's been the game plan from the jump. And when your defense doesn't have to be on the field too much, when they're going out there, they're fresh, they're running around, they're making plays, and that's what we've seen.
Player to watch, Hugo Baudry. I mean, don't really have to keep an eye on him or have to have a reason to keep an eye on him. He's just been continuing to get the ball. You've noticed him almost every play. 5'11", 198 on Montreal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him getting the ball again here. This seems to be the formation they like him in. As he will drop back and scrambles out to the left. He's got space, breaks a tackle forward, and a first down, and then some. Good run by Martineau, the quarterback, on the scramble.
Yeah, he does a good job at progressing through his reads, taking his time with it. He doesn't see anything stepping up into the pocket. Just received statistics from the third quarter. Quebec, Cajo's 12 rushing attempts for 104 yards, 8.7 average. I mean,
very impressive. 12-15 for Martineau, efficient. The punting, look at Monfette, 5 for 28. As Bombo on the run up the gut, and that is an excellent run again.
Yeah. I mean, they're just chunking them at this point, and it's a successful formula. I mean, I know my coach. If we could run the ball like that every play, we'd never throw the balls. We'd probably have no receivers.
You got to think that Alberta's gas might be running low too. The time possession is pretty well, according to the third quarter, it was literally double on the money. So 24-12. That is it. And how physical and Quebec running the ball, that takes a lot out of you.
When you're just grinding down that run game, this Alberta defense, I'm sure, is starting to gas out a little bit here.
Trips right, they motion left. We've seen this look a few times today, and it works out as they burn it right. And number 19.
Wrapped up by number 44.
Cajo has been terrific. Some officials thinking there might have been necessary on a flag. Number 40 was trying to punch it out. Logan Hurlbert, but we seem to be all good there. 2nd and 5 to go. Clock ticking, under 10 to go. And we will see here. Touchdown here by Quebec, I would think pretty well puts it out of the way, but I've seen crazier things. Drop pass, he's looking right, finally finds his man, caught him. On his short route there, that was McCarthy.
Sometimes you forget that they can throw the ball with this offense, the way that they run so strongly.
Yeah, very, very efficient here, Martineau, so far today. Only 3 incompletions. And this Quebec offense, it's really started to get going, especially in the second half.
First and 10 from Alberta's 15-yard line.
Here we go. Play action, rolls right. He's got pressure. He'll just sail this out of bounds. Smart play by Martineau instead of throwing it into trouble.
Is incomplete. Second down.
So 2nd and 10. Martineau. Bombo in to his left. Tight formation to his left as well. Martineau throws, wide open up the middle. Incomplete, though. Just oversailed him a bit. He was wide open.
Yeah, they definitely caught him in a busted coverage there. That's brutal. I wonder if he was making up for the fact that the goalpost was right there. He might have been. Just tries to get it over the top there. A little bit of an aired throw.
Looking for his speedster receiver, Jeremy Charette out of Gatineau. So Quebec, they'll say, well, that's all right. We'll take our field goal opportunity from our kicker, Monfette, who looks to add 3 more to his total. Snap down, kick is up, and it tilts in.
22-yard field goal is good.
More points for Quebec, 27-11.
Yeah,
16-point game for Alberta. Here we go. You got to get down that field and score a touchdown here.
Yeah, you got to score a touchdown almost immediately at this point. I mean, even if you get touchdown conversion, that's 19, then you're down 8 points again. So it's a huge task, but I believe in this Alberta offense. They just haven't been able to go. This defense has been great this afternoon out of Quebec.
First down throw. He'll throw it to his outside man on the right. And that is his number 1 receiver, Xander O'Donio. We'll be looking a lot to his direction, I'm sure, with this deficit in the fourth.
Yeah, O'Donio on the day has 3 receptions, 87 yards, probably 4 receptions now, 87 yards and a tutty. I'm sure that they'd like to get the ball in his hands a little bit more if they could. They got to match up one-on-one. Maybe they'll look to take a shot here, but I guess we'll see.
They hand it off, and that is not going to go somewhere. Thorpe on the carry got maybe a yard, maybe 2. This will be 3rd and a yard. All right, well, if you're Alberta, you have to get this. No doubt about it. Will be an interesting play call. Quebec's got all their big fellas up front.
They got 6 down, it looks like.
Thorpe. He's got it on the left. And that will be a first down for Alberta. Thorpe on the carry.
It's a big-time run there. We'll see on the replay on the front side of that block if you could hear the OC. He's screaming for holding. I don't know if it was a hold. He had a good placement on the inside here. Just running him. As long as he keeps his feet moving, hands inside the chest plate, you're usually good. As soon as you start to see that jersey get pulled a little bit, that's when you're going to get targeted for holding.
Heineman. Play action. He rolls right, just breaks off the tackle, and he's got some speed. He's going to run to the direction, gets his blocker in front, and he's got enough for a first down there. Good extra effort by Heineman. Made a play that looked like it was going backwards and ended up moving the chains.
Tackle play number 33, William Lavic.
It's 2025 Canada Cup rolling along. Their second of our 4-game matinee today. Some entertaining football here in beautiful Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Heineman, pass, quick, out to his receiver, number 20. He's got space to the left. If he can break through, he's going to keep going. One man to beat. He gets down to the 5-10, touchdown!
Wow. And you know what the funny thing is number 20, I believe it's Glav?
Tyler Clazy.
5'9",
165.
He had a really big game in the first one against BC. This game, he hasn't really been a part of the offense as much. I mean, he's been a big blocking receiver, and that's what I liked about him when we were watching him the first time. This time through, he gets a ball and is able to make a play with it. Again, those short, shifty receivers, that's my favorite kind.
You see there, look at that cut. And then he's got all the room to the left, shows off that speed. And then this extra effort here, he's pushed, keeps his foot.
Yeah, that's a great play there by that young receiver.
And it's an interesting play call here from Alberta. They're going for 1, it appears. If they went for 2, they'd be down 8. They'll take the point and make it a 9-point game. There's still 5:58 on the clock, so you did score relatively quick.
The problem is you got to worry that this Quebec running game, if they continue the way that they've been going, you're not going to have two possessions.
Yeah, I think they're hoping that
maybe they go onside here.
Could be an onside, or even you're just hoping at some point you can get like a rouge or one of those deep kicks from your guy at some point, but I don't know. I feel like there you're driving, go for 2, make it a 1-possession game. That's why I'm in the booth, and that guy's down on the field coaching. He probably knows better than me, eh?
Yeah.
Here's Pisa. He's had an excellent day for Alberta. Like, this is an opportunity. If he can get a real good boot, we'll see.
I mean, that'd be pretty huge if he could get a rouge here.
There's going to be a long drive kick. We'll see. It bounces.
Oh my goodness.
And there you go.
He's got to get the tackle. They got to tackle him in there.
They got to tackle him in the end zone, and he will not. It'll get out.
It's a good job by the returner to get out of the end zone there.
Excellent return there by 14. Levesque. Or pardon me, that wasn't 14. That was 4. It was Kabula. Or no?
11.
11. Third time's the charm. Giguère. Yeah, I saw that bounce, so that took another one that could have been dangerous, but Giguère was able to corral it. Still, though, a good kick as Quebec's backed up at their 8. Alberta's defense, if there was ever a time to make a big stand, here it is. If I'm Quebec, I can't imagine they're going to do much except hand this ball off to Bombo.
Yeah.
But we shall see. First down.
Maybe a little slip pass.
Bombo runs it up the middle. He breaks to the left. We got a flag in the backfield as Bombo's still on his feet, still fighting his way. But the flag in the backfield tells me this is coming back from Quebec.
Bombo seems to be down after that run.
Yeah, he fought hard for that run there. You hope he's all right as he is down on the far side, close to the Alberta sideline.
There's a flag on the play.
Just take a quick sec here while Bombo is attended to by the trainers.
I'm starting to gas out a little bit. I'm like on 4 hours of sleep. That's because we were out so late last night. I gotta after this game, I gotta fucking go back to my dorm and I need a different shirt.
Yeah.
For the game that I'm playing. Probably with a quick shower. But there's only 20 minutes, so I'm literally gonna go over there and come right back. Yeah. If you have to start the game without me, it is what it is.
Quebec's number 28, Chris Bombo, the injured player.
Ooh. Oh, 30-day penalty?
And Bombo walking off gingerly with his trainers, just making sure. Hopefully he's A-okay. So there's 5.5 minutes on the dot left in this quarter, 27-18 Quebec. They are on their own 4-yard line after the penalty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. I mean, first down still. You're probably just going to hand the ball off. I mean, they're averaging near 10 yards a carry right now anyways. I think it was 8.7.
Yeah, they're around there right now. I think, around that 8 range, at least after 3 quarters.
8 yards a carry is a winning formula.
Yep. Yeah, you're going to win many more games than not as we got a throw. And he spirals one over to the left side, and it is caught. No, incomplete. Had his man Charette. That was a beautiful throw. I thought a little low, but still off the hands.
Yeah, it's a good back shoulder throw on the sideline there. I mean, really where he put that, it was only the receiver that had an option to play on the ball. But it was definitely a little bit low.
In Alberta, this is a huge, this is the biggest play on defense for them. At this rate, almost every play is, but...
Well, the thing is if they hold them here...
Might be able to force a safety.
Force a safety, and then you're really in one-score range. This could come down to the wire.
And He's got time to throw. It is caught. Incomplete. A drop again. Intended for Boisvert. All right, so Alberta gets a stop. Only about 30 seconds went off the clock there, and they're getting the ball back.
I'm really interested to see what Quebec does here, because do you chance it, take the kick, and trust in your defense that's been pretty strong to start, and then get the ball back if there even is a score, or do you give up the 2 here? I mean, you're giving them the ball anyways, but then it's a 7-score game.
Be interesting. We've said that the kickers say they have booming legs. So there is,
I don't know. I think I might kick it.
Yeah,
I think I might kick it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he can get a good one off.
Some people might not like that decision, but I think I'd kick this one.
Let's see what they do.
Nope. He's going to take
a
the
safety. All right. A safe play regardless. I understand that, but it is now a 7-point possession game, and Alberta's going to have the ball back under 5 to go.
4:43 remaining.
It's going to be a wild finish, folks.
Yeah, it's back-to-back good games here. I mean, we knew these games were going to be good all day. Last one was probably a little bit more points. I mean, around the same score, but it just felt like a lot of explosive plays. This has been kind of a grinder game. Quebec's offensive line has been doing a great job running the rock. Kojo and Bombo doing a great job carrying the ball.
It's going to be very interesting here. 4:43. Alberta starts at their 35, down 7.
Alberta will scrimmage first and 10.
I mean, I think this is a time where you can go back, lean into the run. You don't need to rush anything.
That's what they'll do on the first down carry.
Yeah.
Yep, and they do pick up a decent chunk there. It'll make it 2nd and medium. That was Obo with the carry.
Ball carry for number 2, Obo. Tackle on the play, number 33, LaBay.
It's a great block by the left tackle there. Nice base block. Just get him out wide. Allow that running back to hit up in the B gap. That running back's got a burst, man. He runs with purpose.
Here we go. Obo gets the carry once again. And he is going to be short. And we got a Quebec player running the ball.
Ball handed out the running back number 2.
They're going to call him down.
Obo.
But I'd like to see a replay there to see if the player ripped the ball out there.
Tackle on the play, number 32, Alex LaFlamme.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of happened there. I mean, it's tough because he's on top of the defenders.
So
it really, it depends on when the official blew it dead, because at some point there you did stop moving.
And that was Rochette, who picked the ball up for Quebec, almost was gone. 3rd down, they're going to run it, and he gets it. Joel Thorpe, 3 straight runs for Alberta, but they're moving the chains and killing some clock down. Hopefully, or they're hoping that this might be the last possession of the regulation. Quebec player down. Hard to tell the number.
We're going to take a quick break here while the training staff deals with the injured player.
Quebec's number 30, Thomas Delage, the injured player.
Hey folks, Premier Tim Houston here. Welcome to beautiful Antigonish. Nova Scotia is proud to host these national football events for the 3rd time, and we know it's going to be another outstanding success. To the players, coaches, officials, staff, volunteers, and families, thank you. Your dedication is what makes football so special. To our Nova Scotian athletes, we're cheering you on. The best of luck to all the teams. Enjoy the competition, enjoy the community, and enjoy your time here in Nova Scotia. Take care, everyone. Very best of luck.
And good to see the Quebec player working under his own power. That's Thomas Delage, the D lineman. As this continues on, Alberta looking for some points. Quebec crowd getting loud. First down. They will hand it off again to the left, and he is wrapped up hard by a group of tacklers. And Quebec, that's exactly what they needed there. We're going to have second down.
Second down.
Looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage there, so it'll be still 2nd and 10. I mean, you're going for it regardless here, I think.
Yeah.
So you don't really need it all. You don't have to go for the 10. You might just see a little out route here, or a little mesh, or maybe a drag route.
They do have all the receivers kind of run up the middle.
He's
the
quick.
Quarterback is going to stretch out.
That
is close. I believe he's got the first down.
That's a good sellout play there by the quarterback. I mean, obviously you don't.
Impressive.
Yeah, you don't want your quarterback taking hits, but in a moment like this, you got to put the body on the line and make a play.
Good for first down yardage.
Yeah, Alberta's used 2 quarterbacks today. Hyman has been quite impressive, though, especially on some of those scrambles. He's got a decent arm, and I imagine if they get one-on-one, they're going to look to number 11, Odenyo, on that far side to the camera.
He's got one-on-one right now.
They'll do a shovel pass, and
pitch,
that will work. The pitch out to number 2, Odell, and he is going to keep running, and a huge chunk gain inside the Quebec 30. Obo. 2:15 on the clock, folks, and Alberta is rolling.
Ran out of bounds. Ball spotted on the 30-yard line of Quebec. First and 10, Alberta.
So here we go. Hyman in the shotgun. Odo to his left. Quick, outside to the right, looking for a play, but he doesn't really get the blocks. Looking for Odenyo.
You got to think, like, just throw it up to that guy, man. I mean, I know they want to play conservative, especially in this time of the game, but tournament like this, you got to take your shots.
They'll also have an interesting decision, obviously, if they get the 6. Mm-hmm. But first they need to get the 6 before I can go on with that. Second down, about 7 to go. But it's 3 down territory irregardless. Pass, caught underneath. He will pick up a little bit there, maybe 3 or 4. It'll bring up 3rd down, and about 2. Pass complete to Zachary Arian. Third and 2. And we got a timeout. Alberta, I believe.
Yeah, I just want to think this one over. I mean, at this point, yeah, Alberta's got nothing to lose by using their timeouts. You definitely want to. If you get a first down here, still a minute 50. I mean, you're probably looking to continue to grind that clock down. If you can get that under a minute, score a touchdown, you're putting yourself in a situation of, well, it'll be overtime for sure because somebody's got to win this game. It's single round knockouts, right? So. I don't know. This is a tough call here. Like, their run game has been very solid, and they've gone to it time and time again, even when it wasn't working. But I don't know. I like the RPO here. Maybe give yourself a couple of options if you trust your quarterback.
Thorpe in the backfield. I'd keep an eye on 20, Tyler Clazy, on a short throw to the outside. They cashed in on a touchdown earlier from around here.
Half is inside the box. They're sending one off the edge.
They'll hand it off. Thorpe up the gut, and he's got more than enough for the first. Still on his feet down to the 10-yard line. Alberta continuing to push. Great run by Thorpe.
That's great. They're in a great spot now. I think now you just start to let that clock marinate a little bit. 20-second time counts. You probably want to don't snap that ball until around 5 seconds. No rush here.
10 seconds on the clock to snap. Alberta will snap. It'll be a handoff to Thorpe up the left, and he will break three. Nope, and he's wrapped up. Oh, geez, that was dangerous. And that is a flag because the helmet came off there.
Yeah, you got to throw the flag there. So now they're going to be on the 1 yard line. Fresh set of downs. I mean,
clock's still up there.
Alberta's going to be able to, I mean, unless they're crazy, they're going to be able to punch this one in, I think.
Yeah, it'll be half the distance to the goal. That was a dangerous play, too, on that replay. The helmet came off. We'll see it here. And then he took another lick. Thankfully, he's all right. But you'll see Thorpe right here, right there. Thankfully, Thorpe.
He took a huge hit there.
That is a penalty, and never mind, it's down to the 1 yard line. So if you're Alberta here, that's tough because there's still a lot of clock left, but man, I just punch it in.
Yeah,
get the points.
Just got to score here.
Don't mess around with it.
First and goal, Alberta.
I would imagine it's going up the middle to Oboe, but Quebec is trying to challenge them to pass, and he's in. Touchdown. Quarterback sneak Hyndman, and folks, we got decision time.
Touchdown, Alberta.
It looks like they're going to kick the PAT. What I was going to say is, do you go for two and take the lead, even with the time left? But they decide, you know what, we're going to tie it up, trust our defense here.
Yeah, and I don't blame them from that decision. You know, a lot on the line here. You're playing for gold medal access here. And, I mean, if we're playing Madden, I'm probably going for two. But with the real-life situation here, I think the smart decision is to take the single. And
especially when your kicker has been this good today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if they send anything here.
Pisa, snap down, point after is good.
Pisa's point after is good. Buck 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1:16 left. We are tied at 27. Quebec is about to have a chance to go down and win the game. But what a game this has been, back and forth, just like the other one there earlier, Manitoba, Manitoba and BC. Yeah, Quebec started off hot. Alberta comes back. Quebec pushes away. Alberta comes back.
Yeah, they've done a good job at, like, trusting the process. You know, even I was doubting it a little bit up here, saying that maybe they needed to get back to the pass a little bit more, but they've really grinded this game out, put themselves in a good position here, and, I mean, now it's a tied game with 1:16 left.
And especially in this fourth quarter, we were talking about the time possession numbers after three, double. Literally 24 minutes to 12, right on the number for Quebec to Alberta. Well, they have been able to give their defense time off the field to rest and forcing Quebec's defense to work.
Yeah.
So now they have a bit of breathing room, or a little bit more of breath for this final Quebec drive.
Yeah, and you know what? Quebec's got two. The thing is though, they left 1:16 left. Quebec's got
plenty of time.
2 timeouts in hand. Lots of time.
And at the same time, if you're Alberta, if you can get a quick stop 2-0, you got time as well.
Oh, they squibbed it.
Squib, bounced, deflected, but they will recover. This is Gill. Does he break three? And that's a horse collar tackle. And that's kind of an undisciplined one. You saw it for about at least a second and a half there from the booth, number 44.
Flags on the play.
Cohen Boucher. That'll add 15 to Quebec. That's a big 15 if you look at where that flag is.
And we saw the same kind of undisciplinary stuff in the last game. You know, BC had a chance to tie up the game or take the lead in the last drive, and offensive lineman took an OC.
Pardon me, that was 17, not 44.
17. In this one, the same thing in this one. You know, Alberta, I know you're excited, but you got to keep it clean out there. Giving them an extra 15 yards. There's still a minute left on this clock. Won't be surprised if we see a shot.
Ball placed on the 31-yard line. First and 10, Quebec.
Yeah, first down play action beat. I could see that being wide open here. But they've been so good on the run. Why stop? As they'll hand it off. He's up the gut. That is a good wrap-up tackle there. 25 and 54 for Alberta. Logan Glirin.
By the running back number 19, Yanni Kodjo.
And 25, Colton Jackson.
Play number 54, Logan Kearing.
Clock ticking away, 55 seconds. Second down, Quebec. This is huge. Pass. Complete. And that is a first down and then some. Huge for Quebec. Moves that chains to Boisvert.
Big boys are moving, getting to the line. They're looking to quick height this as soon as it's called in here.
First down yardage. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line. First and 10.
They're ready to go. Quarterback's looking at the wristband. Trips left to the boundary.
And that ball
Quick
is
out.
up, but it's out of bounds. Sailed over the
That's
head.
all right. That's all right.
Stops the clock at 35 seconds. Second down and
Pass
10.
to Lieutenant receiver number 9, Hugo Baudry, is incomplete. Second down.
Second and long. I mean, at this point, I guess you're probably not going for it on third down in this field position. But you got to think that they're going to be trying to convert here.
Martineau has been efficient today, and he has a chance to lead this team down the field and win the game.
And the thing is if they get even close enough for a field goal attempt, like a Rouge is not out of the possibility to sneak one away.
And their guy's got the boot. We've seen it from both of these kickers.
They're airing it out.
Airing it out. He's going deep. It is incomplete. It kind of knuckled away short of Boisvert.
Receiver number 1, Eamon Boisvert.
Third down kick on the way. Punt.
I mean, they left some time on the clock for Alberta. I mean, we saw the shot play to number 11 in the first half. Haven't seen it since.
Odenyo, as we saw, that was actually the first shot I've seen in a while from Martineau as well, but thought he had him up the middle, but just did not get there to him.
This is a big punt return.
Yeah, it is.
You need a big kick here from your kicker, and if you're on Alberta's side, you need a big return here. Set your team up for success. If you can get that ball around the 50.
Obo and
he shanks it.
In the back. Obo returns it. Obo down the right, to the left. He's going down. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Alberta. There is a flag in the backfield.
The flag is going to be no yards. It's going to be no yards on the defensive team.
Unbelievable.
And you know what?
And it's on Quebec. The touchdown stands. Unbelievable. Quebec on a kickoff, on a punt return, has just taken the lead, come all the way back. Unbelievable.
What a play by who is that, number 2?
Yeah, Obo, man.
Obo.
He's been the patient guy on the ground on the game. He's been the guy kind of getting those 3 to 4 yard carries.
And the big thing about that is, yes,
awesome.
the punt was shanked, but Obo was able to get underneath of it and catch it in stride. Once he caught that ball, he was off to the races immediately. It didn't matter who was there.
Unbelievable awareness by him. When I first saw him running up, I'm like, uh-oh. But, man, he caught it stride, gone, and there was nobody catching him.
That was a serious play.
And Monfette, who was terrific all game for Quebec. Not the best time for a shank there. And the Quebec sideline is devastated right now, man. I feel terrible for those kids at the moment. The point after is good. There's 2 flags in the backfield. We'll see.
Flags on the play.
Wow, what a turn of events.
We'll see on the replay.
I mean, we've talked about it. The kickers have been good all game.
All game.
And in the biggest moment, a little bit of collapse here from Quebec. Not sure what happened there. Just kind of caught it weird, maybe on his heel.
Gone.
And he just
you knew
catches
it right
it in
here. He's
stride.
gone. And that's an unbelievable play. Oh boy, what football we have witnessed here today. I didn't think the first game couldn't get too much better. Well, here we are. We got 2 more to go, folks.
Fans are reminded to remain in your seats immediately following the game for...
Thank you to our sponsors, by the way. I'll drop that really quick because this tournament's been excellent so far, and I want to thank these guys for helping us out making this happen. St. FX University, One Team Sports, Coach Atlantic Province of Nova Scotia, the town of Antigonish Municipality, the county of Antigonish, and 101.5 The Hawk. Thank you all very, very much. 14 seconds left, 7-point game. Pisa.
Wow.
What a kick. And that'll do it. Unbelievable.
Talk about a statement.
I'll tell you right now, Pisa could, I don't know. He's going to be in the discussion for offensive MVP, and he's a kicker. That's pretty insane. Him or Obo. Could say the quarterback, but man, oh man, what a day from that kicker today.
Yeah, he's had a day, and you love to see the special teams guys getting involved. I mean, he had all the extra points, a field goal, and about 2 or 3 rouges. So he's looking at like a 10-point game from himself there. His net yardage is probably insane. He had 6 punts in the first 3 quarters for 208 yards.
No single point. Ball spot on the 20.
Oh, there's no single point there. My apologies, folks. We got a timeout on the Alberta sideline. So, yeah, that was not a rouge. That's my apologies. I think it bounced. So Alberta burns their final timeout. I don't know. This game's pretty crazy. In Quebec, they've got the weapons to make a play here, but it's going to take a lot. Seeing the replay there, Quebec's running game. At least the second half, Alberta's done an excellent job kind of stymieing them. That was their bread and butter in the first half. 14 seconds to go. There ain't a ton of time for Quebec to roll this down. Downs are kind of irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got 14 seconds left. You got 2 timeouts. You're probably looking at 1 to 2 quick passes. Get yourself in a range to be able to take a shot.
Here we go. Martineau.
You got to get something off.
Throws it. And he's going to have a man. Incomplete.
So you're looking at 2 opportunities probably here. 8 seconds left on the clock. As long as that ball is down before that clock strikes 0, they can get 2 passes off. But they got to play with some urgency. And if you're a receiver and you catch it in bounds, you got to get down quickly.
Quebec looks like they'll burn a timeout. Go over
Quebec.
Go over a play here. All right, here we are. 8 seconds on the clock. 7-point ball game. Quebec is deep in their end. They need about a miracle at this point. Martineau rolls to his right.
Oh, you
Steps
can't
up.
do that.
Chucks the ball up in the air. It's in double coverage. Incomplete.
That's game.
That should do it. And that will do it. Oh, wait. But we do have flags in the background.
I think it's holding.
And that'll do it. Holding on Quebec, game over. Alberta comes back in the second half. What an effort. And shock Quebec here, 34-27. Heartbreaker for Quebec, elation for Team Alberta. Jay, what a first couple of games we've seen here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all it's hyped up to. I mean, if you paid to be here or you paid for the stream, you're getting your money's worth this weekend, or I guess this week for sure.
Yep.
Quebec, I know they're probably disappointed, but they should hold their heads high. That run game was elite. all throughout the game. But Alberta was just, they stayed consistent. They did their thing the whole way through, and I mean, composure is king.
Two great teams, two great football provinces going at it there. And Quebec with the tough loss here today, but Alberta with a massive victory for them in their program. And we'll see the Player of the Game Awards, and I'll do a quick interview with one of those fellas in just a bit here. I'm Denver Don with Che Morales. We'll see you soon.
Immediately following handshakes, I'll ask both teams to line up on their respective 50-yard lines.
Okay, yeah. I usually use my 20 or 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, your offensive MVP from Team Quebec, number 19, Yannick Cadjo. Your defensive MVP from Team Quebec, number 32, Alex Laflamme. And your offensive MVP from Team Alberta, number 12, Harrison Hyndman. And your defensive MVP from Team Alberta, number 42, Matty Moran. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation in this afternoon's football game. Travel safe.
All right, I'm joined here by Team Alberta's Aaron Obo. Game-winning touchdown, but as well, Team Alberta, your team, came through with a big comeback victory there in that second half. What did your coach say to you guys in that locker room before you went back out?
He was just telling us to lock in and just do our job. And, like, this team was going to come out hard, so we just had to, like, keep pushing, and just come out on top. So that was pretty much it. Just stay on point and just lock in.
Yeah. And obviously there at the end there, the punt return touchdown to seal it and win the game there. What did you see on that play where you just took off there?
Well, my guy, Xander, he was right beside me. He was like, yo, you got to do something. So after I see the ball coming up in the air, I had to catch it, I had to crib it to the crib. So that was pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Aaron Obo, winner here for Team Alberta. Let's go sign that up, man. Congratulations.
Sweet. Congrats, man.
Yeah.